Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup look that I do when I need to be out and about and don't think a lot about what I'm doing. Just something that I know that will always look good and that will always turn out good because I'm so used to doing it. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I tend to start off with my eyebrows. I'm using the Maybelline Precise Brow Pencil. It's in the color Deep Brown. So I start with light strokes mostly on the upper part of my brows. And mostly I just do it on the top of my brows because I feel like I don't need a lot of definition on the bottom of my brows, but I do need it on the top just to make them look more like they have a shape, you know? Then I also take it and just go a little bit on the lower part of my brow here. And do some strokes upwards here, just to like darken this front part a little bit. The next thing that I'm gonna apply is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, which is just like an eyebrow gel, but this is a colored one and it's also in dark brown, I think. I'm not sure, it doesn't say anymore, but I just go over my brows. It has a tint, it has a color, so it kind of fills them in a little bit. It also has fibers to make them look a little bit thicker, and I just like go over them like that, make them like a little bit fluffy, and I just leave it because this dries and it kind of sets your brows in place a little bit, but I like to set them after I finish everything else off with something stronger. So now I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow. For that I'm gonna be using the Kiko Pearly Eye Base Primer. I just apply a little bit onto my eyelid. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take my Esence All Matte Fixing Powder. I just like to use a powder to set the primer because if I don't, my eyelids get oily and then the eyeshadow will move onto my crease and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna take whatever brush I found and just like go on top of my eyelid with the powder. And then for eyeshadow, I don't do a lot on an everyday basis. And for that, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Soph palette. And yeah, I like to use this one because of the one color, this one here. But just use whatever you like. You can also use bronzer. Sometimes that looks great too. So then I'm going to take this brush. This is the Eva 227 Lux Soft Definer brush. But you can take whatever fluffy brush you normally use. And I'm just gonna dip it into that shade, and I like to just go on the outer corner of my eye and connect it to my lid, to my lashes. I've been liking to mostly accentuate this outer part because it kind of makes your eyes look more elongated. After I use that eyeshadow, I like to go in with this one right here, which is a dark brown. And I'm taking another brush. I'm taking the Eva 231 Luxe Petite Crease, which is more like a tapered brush. It's a bit smaller. And I just go into that eyeshadow, just a little bit, not too much. And just accentuate this outer corner here. Sometimes I just leave it like this, and sometimes I take a flat brush, just any flat brush you have, and I sometimes take the same brown that I used and mix it up a little bit with this one here, just so that it's a little bit lighter. Just go over my whole eyelid, everything else that has no eyeshadow on it yet. Now the next thing that I do is just a regular winged liner. I like to use the NYX Matte liquid liner, and I just do a half wink. I'm gonna show you what I do. I line like this, just do a little line on the outer corner of my eye. Let me bring the mirror nearer to me because I need to be in the mirror when I do this, and just do a line upwards. And then I connect the tip to my lash line again, just like so. I fill it in. So now for my face, I already applied moisturizer and did my whole morning routine, but it was a few hours ago. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more moisturizer and just moisturize my whole face because I don't like working on dry skin. I feel like it tends to make the foundation stick in weird places. Then I'm also gonna apply a primer, and for that I've been using the Maybelline Face Studio Prime Hydrating Primer, which is this one. Can you see? Yes, this one. So I just take a little bit of that onto my finger, and I like to apply it with my fingers. I also tend to concentrate it mostly on like the center of my face, because even though my skin on the center of my face tends to be oilier, it's also drier in the sense that foundation tends to stick to it and look cakey and dry. Depending on the day, I either use a foundation, I use a light foundation, or I just use concealer. Now for today, I think I'm gonna use foundation, and I'm gonna do another video just on my no foundation makeup routine. There's two foundations that I love and that I use on a regular basis, and those are the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, which is this one. This is a really light foundation. It's almost like a tinted moisturizer. You can almost not see it, but it has a really nice shade for my skin. It doesn't break me out. It's not like heavy on the skin. The other one is the L'Oreal Perfect Match foundation. I think for today, I'm gonna go with the Healthy Mix Serum just because I am not feeling the heavy coverage for today. So I use the Beauty Sponge by Real Techniques, but you can use a brush if you prefer. So what I do is I just take a little bit of foundation on my finger and I apply it onto my cheeks, mostly where I need more coverage. So now that it's summer and we tend to like sweat maybe a little bit more, I mean, it's not like we have summer out here. It was raining like 30 minutes ago. But for people that have summer, or like in a month when we are gonna have like a crazy summer and it's gonna be probably extremely warm, but it's not, we're not there yet. I also feel like you sweat a lot of the makeup off anyways, and also you don't want to have so many things on your face when you're sweating because it can clog your pores. Now for like concealer, I like to for concealing, spot concealing, like places where you have redness or darkness. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I love to use this for my under eyes, but for my under eyes, I use the color Neutralizer, 06, I think, Neutralizer. But for my face, it was too light, and so I bought this one in the color 07 Sand. And this is what I've been using lately. So I just like to go directly where I need the coverage, which is mostly my cheeks for me and like my chin area. I like to like let it sit there a little bit and then apply my under eye concealer, and I just go underneath my eyes. I also go like in here on this part of the eye because I tend to have darkness there, and so I like to brighten that up. Then I also like to do a little bit on my forehead and around my nose because I do have like redness around my nose, and a little bit on the chin. This is it for me on an everyday basis. I know it looks crazy right now, but it's a really thin concealer. It just has a really good payoff, color payoff, but it's really thin, and so it's not like uncomfortable to use. And then I just go in with my beauty blender and go around everywhere where I applied on my face. And then just like blend your under eyes. I tend to not set my under eyes with powder anymore, so that when I get creasing, I can just like pat it off with my finger. I feel like when I set my under eyes, I do kind of set the creases too, and then if it starts to crease, I cannot do anything about it anymore because it's just too late. I actually don't set my whole face anymore. I was setting like this part of my face because we had to use masks. We don't have to anymore, at least not everywhere. So for bronzer, I have been using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, which is this one. I already hit pan on it, which is not something that happens a lot for me in general. Now for bronzer, I like to use different brushes depending on which one I have right by me at the time. I have been using this one. This is by Esence. I think this was like a limited edition ones that I have, but Esence tend to have like pretty good brushes, and they tend to like have new limited editions one every like few months. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna go into my bronzer and like start by bronzing my forehead. I'm going onto my cheek, and as you can see, I'm being like pretty, like I'm not too precise. I like to concentrate most of the bronzer on this part right here, and then just like work my way towards the cheek a little bit. I also go down here on my jaw to make it look like I have a snatched jaw. And then another thing that I've been liking to do is bronzing my nose, and so I just go like on the lower part of the nose and then also like on the whole tip of the nose. Now for blush, I'm gonna be using this is the Catrice defining blush. As you can see, it's almost empty too, because I love this blush and it's discontinued. I'm pretty sure they don't have it anymore. For a brush, I'm gonna be taking another Essence brush. This is the flat powder brush. I think this is their normal like brush collection that they have, and I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna apply it on the cheeks, on the apples of my cheeks. So that's what I wanted to say, and work it like up. Now what I like to do to make it seem as if I've been in the sun is applying my blush to like my nose, to like the bridge of my nose, so that it looks like I have a little bit of a sunburn, because normally when you have a sunburn, the tip of your nose gets red. Now for highlight, I like to use the Eva 134 Luxe Powder Fusion brush. I'm gonna use two different highlighters today. One is going to be the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighter in the color Precious Petals, which is this one. This is a little bit dark for me, so I like to use this one first and then apply a lighter one on top. So I'm just going to like apply it on to like my cheekbones, and I go up like to the top of my brow and also a little bit on the brow bone. Then I also go on to my Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, and then like on the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose. Now I'm gonna go in and take the Mary Luminizer by TheBalm. This is a way lighter highlighter. It's more like champagne colored, and I just like to go and use that on top of everything that I just applied. I'm just going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. Now to like to like mix it all together, I just like to go like on top of everything to just like make it look more blended and not as much like crazy. Now I'm gonna do like my lower lash line. For that, I'm just going to take the same color that I used before. I'm just gonna take the same brush that I used and apply it on my lower lash line. The next thing is lashes. I'm gonna curl my lashes with my lash curler and then apply mascara. Another thing that I do that I forgot to do, but I'm gonna do it right now because I've been doing it every day. I'm just gonna take a kohl liner. This is a brown one, a black one. This is by Aster, but you can use whatever one you like, but try to use one that is supposed to be long lasting or waterproof or something. I like to line this part of my eye just to like darken my lashes and make it look like there's no space between my eye and my lashes. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes. Now I take my lash curling pretty seriously, because I do have pretty long and full lashes, but they're very much straight. So if I don't curl them, they will look crazy. Also, they don't hold the curl without waterproof mascara, so I always use waterproof mascara because it's the only thing that will hold them in place. Now for mascara, I've been using the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic Mascara. And I do apply a lot of mascara, not gonna lie. To clean up everything that happens on your eyelid because of mascara, you can first take a spoolie and just like go over the places. Just make sure that your mascara is dry, because if it's not, it will just smudge everywhere and then it will look even worse. We're almost done. The only things that I still need to do is first fix my brows. So I take a spoolie, whatever spoolie you like. Now the thing that I do is apply hairspray to my brows, but I feel like it's the only thing that makes my brows really stay in place, and I just like to have that security, you know. So what I do is I just spray my spoolie a little bit, don't overdo it, and then I just go over my brows and just comb through them. Now there's two more steps. The first one is a setting spray. Today I'm going to be using a dewy spray, so I'm just going to set my face. My everyday lip tends to be this one. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. Yeah, I think this is it. This is my everyday makeup look that I've been doing lately. Without talking and explaining, it takes me around 30 to 45 minutes depending on how quick I am and if I am doing something at the same time, or like watching Netflix at the same time, which tends to happen a lot and that it take longer because I'm, you know, not really concentrating on what I'm doing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and also follow me on my social media. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye!
And I just clean these sides off with an, what is it called? Cotton pad? No, a cotton thingy. So if you don't, then just like maybe skip this step. Or why did I think that doing this in a white shirt was gonna be a good idea? Because I like to highlight like my upper eyeline, my upper lid. No, water. How do you say that? Does it look stupid? And it does. Yeah, what am I even saying?